Right. As always, pre-stream madness. We'll start soon because I forgot to make space. But in the meantime, we might as well just do the pre-stream now. Got a bunch of interesting things to talk about today. Oh God, no! The illusion's ruined. That was a close one. The illusion was almost ruined. Yes, this is just an overlay on top of the original whoop in room. You're not supposed to see that. Um, we're just gonna we're just gonna ignore that. Just imagine we're actually in like nature, okay? Look, the frog is like it's like suckling on my neck like a mosquito. It's just breathing into my ear like a mosquito. Jesus. But yesterday, I feel like we got nothing done on Zelda, and then I looked at the footage of like the 10-hour playthrough, and I was like, no, we got a lot done. Like it just feels like we've done nothing because I've been avoiding the main quest. I have a problem with like doing main quests, I think. But some good news. I got 60,000 coal. I'm actually insane with the coal. And that was all just getting silver. I'm actually rich. Okay, nothing else matters to me at this point. So much coal. This is the best day ever. So we are gonna make a ton of silver. So it's time for us to upgrade all of our gear. And then we're gonna do a dungeon next time we come back to this game. In like a week when it's done smithing. Cause oh boy, can't wait for that one. Just another week and we can do one more dungeon. Then another month of farming and we can do another dungeon. And eventually we'll hit Slayer 47. Good old stuff. Good stuff. I was also reading. Photoshop has a new feature. I don't use Photoshop because I'm broke, and they charge like $100 for the license now. A monthly license, by the way, that you can't avoid. Okay. Back in my day, I'm not even old. Like I'm actually still young, guys. Okay. Back in my day, you bought Photoshop once, bought it, quote unquote, bought it. If you can see my hands, I'll set up hand tracking someday. Bought it, and it would be yours forever. You just pay the price once, and then they're like, no, you can't do that. Now you must pay every month. Insanity, absolute insanity. $100. But there's a new feature called generative image generation. There's a whole Twitter thread. Let me see if I can find it. It's basically just like if you've seen Stable Diffusion, which is like the thing that they use to make like the fake images like appear and stuff. Then you know what's what. Let me see if I can find it again. It's Photoshop. Ooh God. Photo. Here we go. Boris. Why? Oh boy. Oh baby. Oh man. That's gonna get me put on a. That's gonna get me canceled if I say it like that. Let's not say it like that. But look at this shit. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh God. But here, there we go. Absolutely jaw-dropping examples. Born in the late 1900s. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Back in my day, when Photoshop was just a stencil, and you had like an easel and like a pencil. That was it. The whole idea of it is the exact same thing. You give it a prompt. You say like, oh, I want hands and pants. That's a really bad prompt. That's a really bad prompt. But it looks at the rest of your image to say, okay, how am I gonna generate this? So this is the top half of Will Smith, the entanglement. You know when the entanglement thing happened with Will Smith? I was like, damn, he got hit with the entangled debuff. Oh God. Yeah, it looks at the rest of your image and says, okay, you have Will Smith in a blue jacket, boom. His hands in the blue pants, and the rest of the scenery. And it does this with like anything, and you can just regenerate something. These are three samples. Honestly, the first one is banging, absolutely busting. The third one is crazy. I don't like the color pants, but this works for anything, and people have been playing around with it. Oh God! Cut. Audio jungle. Audio jungle. Audio jungle. That's let's just assume that wasn't copyright. But look at this. It's actually so sick. Now anybody with no talents like me can actually make something look good. I'm gonna try it on my stick figure thing. So someday, I'm gonna try it on my stick figure live, and we're just gonna see the results, okay? Because I have no clue what's gonna happen to it. It's either gonna be amazing or it's gonna look terrifying. But yeah, this is just stable diffusion. People have been playing around with it for like years, and there's a tech sort of forum called Hacker News. It always happens every time. It always happens, dude. They tend to overestimate how good people are with technology. Like, genuinely, if you ask someone to set up stable diffusion, they would be like, what the fuck is that? What's a stable what? They'd be like, what do you mean stable diffusion? What's that mean? Because again, you're asking normal people to set this up, that's never going to happen. So Photoshop doing something like this, again, I tweeted about this. UX is king. User experience is king. It's absolutely king. If you can do good UX, then you basically win the game. Because guess what? Most people can't do that stuff on their own. If you can package it into something nice, then it's even better for them. Okay? It is by far the best decision that they've made, and we're gonna see a big boom in usage of it. Because right now, usage of it was limited to a very small subset of artists who had the technical know-how. Which there's a very small intersection between people who are good at art and good at technology, right? Because if you're good at technology, you have no hands. Like, you literally have no hands. All you have is brain, right? Your brain cells, no hands. All your brain cells are dedicated to thinking, not for doing. Anyway, so that's enough of me spieling about that stuff and user experience. I just wanted to show that because it was really cool, but also it's just really smart. Oh, and also, funny thing, way back when Dropbox was first being made, actually. Dropbox being like that site that you put like your backed up files on. Somebody on this tech forum was like, why would you make this? This is a terrible service. Anybody can do this. All you have to do is set up an FTP server and an SSH into it, and then set up a file share on it. And it's like, dude, nobody knows what that means. Turns out, Dropbox makes a couple million dollars, and that guy missed out on the best investment of his life. What a shame. Absolute shame. Still to this day, it's shared on that forum, Hacker News. It's still shared left and right as an example of what happens when you have an engineer look at something that is all user experience and they don't understand what's so appealing about it. We're blind. If you took away the eyesight of every engineer in the world, nothing would change. Absolutely nothing. All brain, no bra, no. Whatever. Fuck you. We're gonna play Zelda.